Going to try FPV with a little Champ S Plus again. Little chilly, little bit of wind, and they say more is going to come up. So it's not exactly, we'll take the lens cap off the camera, the FPV camera, taking the lens cap off the Mobius. Okay, we're going to have to scan here because we don't have a signal. Basically because I've got this one's on a different channel to the other one. So I'm just running the auto, I don't know what channel it's on. So I'm just running the auto scan mode. Famous last words, there we go, we got a signal. We've got a signal, we've got 8 points on 5.740 gigahertz. Got a pretty good signal, and it's on, we've got 8.3 volts on the. Now let's see if we got a DVR signal. No, we don't. Okay. I don't know why that is. I don't understand it, but we'll try turning it on and off again. I don't know why you sometimes don't get a DVR signal. So we'll try turning these on and off again. We got a DVR signal now. Yes, maybe it's something to do with the fact that you have to have the signal locked on before you turn them on in order to get DVR. I don't know. We scanned, we found it then, but the DVR didn't have the signal. You can't scan in DVR mode. Okay, so we'll turn on the DVR. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the DVR is running. Next, we've got that on. I want to disable electric fence, which is right stick down and to the right, I think, isn't it? If I can remember all these blithering things. And unfortunately, I need to connect this in the middle of the runway because I want its home point to be defined in the middle of the runway. And I'm afraid its home point is going to end up in the wrong place if I don't. And it's fiddly as heck to try and do this. Because you've got to be mucking around. And right stick all the way down, and we'll see. Patience on a mop stick. I don't know. Oh, come on. We're not getting anywhere if we don't get a lock. And we're not getting one. Why is it so difficult to get a lock with this thing? I always seem to struggle to get this plane to work. I mean, to lock on and get going. Just, I don't know, it comes unbound or what it does. Well, it sounded as if it was thinking of doing something, didn't it? But I don't know. Oh, I don't know. So maybe we'll try binding it, I don't know.
Binding. Bind failed.
Why am I not surprised? It's a pain in the butt, really. I don't know what goes on with the stupid thing. It does this sort of nonsense all the blithering time.
Binding. DSMX 22 milliseconds. Bind complete.
And with a bit of luck, we may have also disabled electric fence. It's half hard work getting anything to work with this thing. Okay, it's very hard to tell. I'm hoping... Oh, I haven't closed the battery door. Just as a fiddly business to do this, because I wish they put a switch on it, because you have to muck around so much with connecting and disconnecting it that a switch would have been really helpful. Hello, Horizon. You know, I mean, because, you know, so many things you're constantly having to connect and disconnect it to get everything to work. So it would be really helpful if it had a switch on, so you didn't have to do that by constantly plugging the battery in and out. And that's my extra catch there, because I don't trust the magnetic. Well, I know darn well those magnetic catches can't be trusted. If the battery comes off the Velcro, it'll just fall right through that magnetic thing. I don't know. We always seem to have to go through that performance. Okay, so goggles back in direct feed mode. No, spectacles off because the goggles won't go on out of the spectacles. And goggles on, there we go, sort of. And let's see if we can have that back. Oh dear, I don't know. Knocking my diversity antenna, my hat antenna backwards. Okay. Okay, and we're still controlling. Let's see if we can do anything. It isn't half convoluted trying to get this set up. Would help if one had a sort of assistant or something anyway. Okay.
Throttle cut off.
Trying to adjust my eyes to this thing. I don't know. What can you do? Really is not very clear, because it doesn't help also. Whoops. But, well... Where the hell are we here? It doesn't help that it's not all that light yet either. Well, I think we have electric fence off, because I don't think we would have got that far over if we didn't. Whoa. It's just not that easy to see, honestly. And it is, I think there must be a bit of wind, because the plane doesn't seem to be responding terribly well to the controls. It's very different with FPV compared to... see, that's better. It's a question of where it points. You know,
Time remaining 9 minutes.
Well, yeah, it's definitely wandering off where I'm not telling it to. What I was going to say is, you experience wind quite differently FPV to when you're looking at it. I mean, when you're looking at it, you see it getting blown around. But in FPV, what basically happens, flaming heck, is you're telling it to do things and it just doesn't do them. Yeah, because you're looking from the point of view of the plane, so you don't see it getting blown around, but you see that you give it right, whatever, left aileron, and it doesn't turn to the left because the wind's blowing it. Bit of extra power tends to help, of course. If the plane's not controlling well, some extra power will tend to help it controlling. I really cannot focus on this FPV screen either. If I actually had goggles where I could see a sharp picture, it would really help. You know, I'm trying to fly here based on a fairly blurry picture which goes dark when you get the sun in the picture, so it's, you know, it's not a good view, really. I can sort of see things, but... And as I say, the wind's also blowing me around, so the plane is not really doing at all precisely what I tell it to do. See? I bank it and it doesn't turn because it does if I punch it. If I give it a good sharp bank and give it power, I can feel the wind blowing on my, my ears and whatever now. Yeah, well, I knew the wind was going to get up. They were saying like 15 to 25 kilometers an hour today.
7 minutes.
Whoa. That's me. I'm that little sort of left-hand white dot down there of that series of white dots. Well, I don't know what they look like in the DVR, but to me they just look like a bunch of blurry dots, basically. Whoa! I guess that's because I'm going behind me. The feed gets a lot worse, well, because the patch antenna's not going to work at all when it goes behind me. The multi-direction should, but you're going to lose the patch antenna pretty much entirely if you go behind yourself. I believe, that's my understanding pretty much of how patch antennas work, that they're directional, so... Strength of the signal's not terrific. Of course, it's not a very strong, it's only like a 25 watt transmitter, so, you don't expect to get a massively strong signal.
Time remaining.
It's just like the little VA 1100 mini FPV thing. Where the hell are we here? Oh, there's the sun. Which is, I say, only 25 watts, and people, use whatever, 200, 400, even 600 watts sometimes. It's good enough, should be good enough for the distances you're going to fly a microplane like this at, you'd hope, but it's, I can see from the signal strength bars in the goggles, I've got less than 25% signal strength. I don't know which one's A and which one's B, to be honest. I'm assuming A is probably the patch, I don't know. Well, see, again, I'm getting blown where I'm not trying to go. It's the field to the south there. Definitely got electric.
Time remaining. 5 minutes.
Yeah, we should probably not persist too much, especially since I'm not too sure about the whole business, whatever. Yeah, I'm saying the A antenna's got like, 15, 20% signal, and the B's got 20, 25%. Well, 25, 30 maybe. But I mean, the signal strength on the reception is not terrific. On the other hand, it's not breaking up very much so long as I don't go behind me. Whoops, I haven't. Oh, I hurt my finger as well, my left index finger, so it feels weird because I can't really feel anything much with that. I was just going to test the GPS again. I just pressed the button to make it come in and do its loitery thing.
Time remaining. 4 minutes.
Which it's doing okay. Okay, let's take it out of that. But with the wind, with the wind, I wish I could see better, as I say. With the wind, see, that's not bad. But it depends on the angle. Sometimes I can see better, sometimes I can't. I'm trying to come a little lower here, but I don't want to fly into that tree on the hill there. No, I don't think you're going to do that. But going this way, it's really hard to see. Because of the sun, just blanks out almost everything else.
Time remaining. 3 minutes.
Okay, I'm trying to come into land now. Not in the bloody long grass, preferably. Oh, we actually managed to land without falling over.
Throttle cut on.
Whew, now I've got to just recover a minute because it makes me dizzy. I get kind of disorientated. Oh, we're just in front of ourselves there. I got to stand up now. That's why I sit down when I'm doing this, because I find the FPV makes me really quite dizzy and disorientated. If I stand up while I'm doing it, I tend to, you know, sway or stagger or move sideways or whatever. So, okay. Okay, well, let's try not to tangle the hat in the antenna of the FPV. There we go. Okay, let me see if I can switch that. Let me see if I can just switch this to DVR mode. And it's recorded, 13 minutes. Okay, so we'll stop the DVR recording. And we'll leave them on just for a minute in the hope that... because now my glasses have fogged up utterly, so I can't really put my glasses back on because I wouldn't be able to see anything through them because of there's too much dampness around. I put them down on the table and they've just fogged over completely. Okay. Well, that was quite successful on the whole, really. I just wish I could see a bit better in the FPV. You know, I wish it were, you know, had better contrast and was less blurry and whatever. Anyway, 2:45 left, and we started at what, 10, I think? Yeah, so that was 7 minutes and 15 seconds. Okay, well, you know, on the whole, I think you could account that pretty much a success.